class today, we discussed how to import data into Matlab, how to extract certain parts of that data, and how to create a plot which shows a set of data along with a fitted exponential function. We did all this through the command window. The command window, though, in all honesty, is kind of a pain in the ass. For example, you can see before me a command window in which I made mistakes. I had warnings. Overall, command window is not a great way to store commands or to go back to them for future reference. If you're going to be working in Matlab and doing a long sequence of commands, it's much easier to work with a script, or even better if you're submitting something, a Livescript editor. So this video is briefly going to introduce you to those two concepts. The first one I'm going to talk about is scripts. To open a new script in Matlab, simply click on the New Script button in the upper left-hand corner, which will open up an editor window. Now, if you want to repeat a whole bunch of commands from your command window, you can simply cut and paste them into the window. Get rid of any unwanted information. And now that you've done this, you now have a series of commands that you can save to a file. You can run all at once, after you've saved them, of course, and use those to create nicer plots much quicker than having to hand type in all the commands again and mess up and redo things in the command window. But for turning in assignments, an even better option is to use Matlab's Livescripts, which is located right next to the New Script button. So to open up a Livescript, now a Livescript, the advantage of this is it actually has two parts to it. You can enter text or you can enter code, and you can intermix these two to create nice PDF outputs which you can then submit for assignments on Canvas. To switch between these different options, go to the Live Editor window. You'll notice that there's currently selected is the code option. But if I wanted to enter text, for example, I want to give this document a title, then you would just click on the appropriate option, and you can start typing. Now tomorrow we'll start to learn a little bit about LaTeX. Now if you want to switch to a code section, simply click on the code button, and then you can start typing some code. For example, if I wanted to enter the vector x, which is 0, 1, 2. And now if I run this code section, you'll see that Matlab will perform the operation, operating a little slowly today as we all often are under COVID, and it will display the output to the right. If you don't like this kind of side-by-side view, you can click on Output Inline and see it below the output as well. Now if you want to start a new section, simply hit Alt-Enter, and you can switch again between code or text. Let's say we want to do a plot of x versus the vector 2, 3, 4. And we can keep on running these outputs, and this now will create a plot and add it to the current running Livescript document. I do want to note that when you're doing plots, it's a little bit funky in Livescript sometimes when you have multiple plots, so it's better to actually specify a figure before you create these plots. So for example, I want this to be figure 1, then I would do figure 1 first and then the plot, and the next time I do a figure, I'll do figure 2, etc. And that's just if you start holding functions and doing things like that. The Livescript editor doesn't like that so much unless you've kind of specified which figure you want that output to go towards. So after you've kind of created a document like this, intermixing text and code in an appropriate way to create a nice homework solution, then you could simply go to File, Save As, or export to a PDF in the case of Canvas submissions, save your result as a PDF, and you're good to go. So for today's homework, I would like you to complete it in this format within a Livescript editor. And then, like I said, tomorrow we'll be learning LaTeX, another way of kind of producing even nicer looking mathematical typeset documents.